So, welcome, and I'm so glad that we finally got Tarina in front of the camera here so that all of our past and future patients can get to know a little bit about her. She's been an amazing addition to the Carter Physiotherapy team, and this is going to be fun for me as well because some of these things I've not asked you on our list here, and so I'm excited to hear about it. So tell us what brought you all the way from South Africa to Austin.
The weather.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking. So my husband's work actually brought him over. So he first kind of hanged around in Austin for a little while, and then finally we moved over. So I joined him and came to Austin.
Cool. When was that?
I came in July 2015.
Okay, so it's been a while. How do you like it so far?
No, I love Austin.
Cool.
I think this is like after being here for a little while, I love the people. I love the weather.
Yeah.
And I just love the nature.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
It is awesome. So, what have you guys really enjoyed about Austin? What are some Austin experiences that you guys have had?
I think we really love the people.
Mm-hmm.
We've made good friends here. We love the nature. I think just how accessible things are, and we love Bottom Springs, and the fact that you can just stop next to the road and swim in a creek.
I know.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I had a similar experience of like when I was in college on 360, seeing like Bull Creek as I was driving by. I was like, no one down there really, and just like it's like, wow, this is just this nice little swimming hole. Just like, thank you, Austin. Yeah, it's obviously gotten a lot more crowded, but we still have so many gyms like that around town and out just outside. So I'm glad y'all are experiencing that. And cool. Well, why don't we talk a bit about your career up to this point? Why don't you kind of tell us a bit about where you started and treatment approach and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah. So I studied physiotherapy at the University of Pretoria in South Africa, and I graduated in 2005. And I worked a year. You have to work a year for the government, so I did that. Kind of worked in a rural setting, 3 hours away from the city.
Cool.
So you just get.
You have to move.
You have to move there, and you work in a clinic, but then you have to drive. Like I think the furthest was about 2 or 3 hours away. Then we had to drive. You do a clinic there once a month. They don't have any physical therapy. You go there and then drive back at the end of the day. So you would go to different clinics all over, just into the rural area. It was really interesting. You see a part of the country, and you also see kind of the need and a different way of doing physiotherapy.
Yeah, we only have one.
You have one day.
One day for each month. Yeah, that'll change your approach. For sure. Right.
So from there, I started working for a lady that was really manual therapy focused, kind of the same as your practice. It was 1 hour with a patient. It would be manual therapy exercises, getting them back to what they want to do. And she really promoted doing manual therapy courses. So I actually did a year course in manual therapy, got involved as assistant on the course, and later lectured on the course.
So you actually became a trainer, a professor in a way, a presenter of manual therapy.
Yeah, so you had to check everybody's techniques and teach them techniques, but then also evaluate and examine them.
Okay, cool. So, even on the exam part of things. Okay.
So I did more examining than lecturing, but I did a bit of lecturing.
Well, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Like manual therapy professor.
Not really. And then I did another year course in sports physiotherapy, and I did dry needling courses. I got the opportunity to start my own practice very early on. First focusing just on amputee rehab, and then later on moved on.
Amputee, you said?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
And then later on moved on to where I had my own space and could just, I did manual therapy, worked with people with back and neck pain, sports injuries, and then did the rehabilitation as part of that.
Okay, cool.
So that was kind of a mix of everything, but really awesome too.
So amazing experiences, it sounds like, in the hands-on realm. But also working with athletes and stuff, really, not neglecting the exercise, but like we have in our clinic, teaching them to do that on their own time. For the most part. Well, cool. And I know she's very modest, so I've got to pull these things out of her. So tell us about your experience as one of South Africa's team physiotherapists. Was it Commonwealth Games?
Yeah, so I had the opportunity to work at 2 Paralympic Games and 2 Commonwealth Games.
Cool.
So the first Paralympic Games was actually in London 2012. Wow. It was an amazing experience. Wow. I think if I would rate that as a top experience, like that would be really on top of the list.
Really? Okay.
We actually get to walk out with the athletes onto the field. Wow. So you get the whole athlete experience.
Cool. Wow.
So you stay in
you
stay in the same village. You eat with the athletes. You experience everything they experience.
Wow. That's cool.
But you work the whole day at night. But you get the whole. So I would definitely rate that as a top experience.
And that was like right around the time of the Olympic Games?
That was, so how it works with Paralympic is you have the Olympic Games, and then I think it's a week or 2 in between, and then the Paralympic Games at the same venue, same village.
Okay, cool.
Everything.
Cool. Right on.
Just a new bunch of athletes and medical support staff coming in.
Yeah.
And then I did 2 Commonwealth Games, one in Glasgow and then one in Australia. And the difference kind of is they combine, where you have the Olympics and the Paralympics. In the Commonwealth Games, they combine it. Cool. And you will have events with where people would participate in their different categories, but you will have Usain Bolt run the 100 meters, and then you will have the T37, that's for people with disabilities, run right after Usain Bolt. And then the program continues like that. It's really awesome.
So all the same stadium full of people, just
same crowd.
Mixed.
Yes.
That must be awesome. So now is Jamaica part of the Commonwealth then, I guess?
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. Yeah. I wouldn't have known much about Commonwealth Games if I didn't have Australian family and some friends and teammates through diving that got to experience that. But what part of Australia was?
It was in Gold Coast.
Oh,
yes.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I've not been there. I've been north of it and south of it, but like all
you would
those
love
great surfing spots are on my list.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Surfer's paradise.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's so cool that you have been able to be a part of those huge events.
Yes.
And that's really cool also, like in London, being able to just eat with them and walk out on the field with them, that's pretty.
It's amazing.
That is cool. Right on. So with all those experiences and just through the years and treating a wide variety of, and I know, and I'll just say, like we treat things from head to toe. It's not like we're a back pain clinic or just CVs and really headaches and TMJ to turf toe and ankle sprains and everything in between we treat here. But with that said, are there any kind of overarching principles or approaches or philosophies that you apply, as a whole with your approach to physical therapy?
Yeah, I think in the way that I was trained, but then also the type of patients I saw at my practice and here, is where it's just not one thing. Like, I think you need to look at the whole body. Everything's connected, and to find out, like, how does stiffness in the lower back affect the upper back, or just to see that you don't just zone in on one area but neglect the rest of the body. And really I found like a big difference in just working on fascia lines across the body and working on soft tissue and joints, and when you focus on exercises is to look at things that will benefit their whole body as well, but also work on stability in the problem area.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. And I asked that question when I was interviewing her, and that was a big part of why I was like, oh man, this is perfect, because that's been, that's been the philosophy here as well. And it's one that, it's difficult to support that head to toe, look at them as a whole and treat the entire person when you're in a treatment model in a clinic where you've got 10 minutes at most, or 15 minutes. So it's a beautiful thing that we have full hour sessions so we can really implement that exact philosophy. Well, thank you so much for doing this interview. I know she was nervous about doing this, but I think it's great that people are going to be able to know a little bit about you. And so let's finish off with, what is one Austin-related activity or thing that you and your husband haven't done yet, but you're looking forward to getting into?
So we haven't cycled around Austin yet.
Okay.
Yeah, we still need to do that.
Yeah.
So we brought our bikes and we just need to head out and do that. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
we've had plenty of cyclists come through the clinic, so I can connect you guys and they can give you the best routes.
Yeah, that would be
wherever you wanna
awesome.
go. Cool. All right, well, thank you again.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in. And if you guys, if anyone watching this is interested in meeting Tarina in person to have her look at any pain or limitation that's keeping you from doing the things that you want to do, we do offer free consultations on site. So you can, call us at any time, or you can go to our website, carterpt.com. It's very easy to find where you can apply for those, and send us some information so that we can get you booked for a free consultation with Tarina in the clinic.